Hello everyone, this is Wizbowski and welcome to the Blood Maul Slag Mines dungeon from the Warlords of Draenor expansion on my level 92 Arcane Mage. So I've leveled up 5 levels since my last dungeon video, and obviously I did a whole lot of dungeons in those 5 levels. But, you know, I'm trying to skip ahead here like 5 levels at a time and only show you selective dungeons that I think are cool and, you know, are worth watching. So this is the first dungeon you're going to do when you get to Warlords of Draenor, and you can't actually just do a dungeon as soon as you get into this expansion. It actually expects you to have a certain level of item level gear before you can do a dungeon. I think it's like 504 item level or 520, something like that. And, you know, it's not too difficult. I finally got it around level 92. You get lots of gear from all the early quests you do. I'm using heirloom gear, so that goes up in level every time I level up. So, you know, I got to it pretty quickly and I was able to do this dungeon and the very next dungeon in whatever gear I'm currently wearing. So it was pretty easy going. Now, a few people have been commenting, and I'm not harping on the negativity of these comments. I just want to reiterate what I'm doing with these dungeon videos. A few people have been commenting, why are you showing all these low level dungeons, especially focusing on the whole arcane explosion, you know, being overpowered and what have you. You know, these dungeons are heavily askew, they're out of whack, they don't really give a good indication of what each class is like. Now, I'm not trying to show off arcane explosion, I'm not trying to show that I'm better than everyone else. No. People have requested I show low level leveling of my mage, you know, some questing or what have you. Just so, sort of like let's play or playthrough. And I didn't want to just do random quests and put a bit of a collage or a compilation together, so I figured, oh, I'll show the dungeons, you know. Most people like seeing a whole dungeon from start to finish, you know, see all the boss fights and what have you, and I'm sure there are some noobs or low-level people out there who will appreciate seeing what they can expect to come up. So that's why I chose dungeons. I could have just did a compilation of quests and put them together, go, look how easy I did the quests, but the dungeons are much cooler because you get to see all the boss fights like you're seeing right now. So that's the only reason. Now here's a cool little thing. Have a look at that wheel spinning around in the background. There's a guy pushing that around. If you ever do this dungeon, go up to that guy and you'll see his name is like Crowman the Barbarian. It's basically a rip-off of the original Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Conan the Barbarian, where he's pushing a wheel around in the snow. Now, I don't do it in this video, I do sort of look at it for a second, but I did actually get some footage of that, and I'm going to put together a compilation of like celebrities and WoW and all that. So, but yeah, that was Conan the Barbarian in that corner, or Crowman the Barbarian as they called it. So I thought that's quite cool. A little Easter egg to go hunting for. Now, Arcane, as you can see in this game, is still performing ahead of other classes and specs, but this particular dungeon has got a sporadicness of singular fights, so, you know, the rogue and the hunter are outperforming me on those fights. You know, I'm better suited for clusters, and especially, you know, boss fights that don't drag on too long because I can't dish out a lot of damage on single fights. I mean, I can, but I still burn through a lot of mana doing it, so I'd much rather clusters. Now, in the next dungeon video you're going to see, my level 94 video, it's much better, a lot more clustering, a lot higher damage output, but I'm still performing quite well. People have been saying expect it to taper off into the 90s or 100s. I still haven't seen it yet. I still think it's performing quite well. Definitely, obviously, going to do mythics and dungeons at 100. You know, all the different dungeons you have to do, then they turn into mythics, and then mythic pluses and all that. So I'm definitely going to continue trying this arcane explosion attack style into the 100s and see if it still continues on as well as it is. You know, I've really had to perfect and, you know, master sitting and eating, when to stop fighting. You know, if a mob is at like 5%, stop fighting, let the rest of the group kill it, get ready to sit down. That way you don't waste another 10-15% mana on just one last arcane explosion. Let the other guys have their kill. You save a bit of mana. That way you don't have to sit and eat as much, but you still have to sit and eat after every fight. That's absolutely critical. If you use up even 10% mana, sit and eat. Don't let it go to waste any time between fights, because you'll run out of mana quite often very quickly on the boss fights or big pulls. So save your cooldowns of overpower, because that diminishes your mana usage by about 30% or whatever it is, and increases your damage output by 30%. So you've got to be very wise with your cooldowns, be very Johnny on the spot with sitting and eating the second all the mobs are dead. Don't hesitate, don't drag your feet and take your time. The second you're able to sit and eat, sit and eat. Every second you waste, the group is running off ahead of you and you can't catch up. You know, if you drag your feet even in the slightest, you know, I'm just going to take it easy this game, this dungeon. I've already recorded one. I'm just going to go take it easy, my time. If you take your time, they get so far ahead of you. They've already killed shit by the time you get to it. So you've got to catch up. Sit, eat, and blink up and catch up to them, because they kill so fast. And I highly doubt mythics are going to be dramatically different either, because they can kill so fast in mythic dungeons as well, in 840, 850, 860 plus gear. So you've really got to be Johnny on the spot and keep up with them. But I'm loving it. Now today, I was meant to record a level 89 PvP game today. You know, I'm leveling up with Ugol on his monk, and you know, I'm level 89.9. I've got like one bubble to go to 90. And he told me, hey man, have you recorded your 89 game yet? And, oh shit, no I haven't. So we did like 2 games. And I did them as Frost. I go, let's try something different. Let's do these BGs as Frost. Now I know it's only the 80s bracket, or technically 89. I know I've still got to get my artifact ability, and I've still got to level up another 20 levels and yada yada yada. I know all that. That all being said, I hated it. Now I know that's early level. I know Frost can perform quite well at 110, therefore I'm going to give it another go at 110. But at 89, it sucked ass. It was terrible. Oh, I hated it so much. I really thought, okay, Arcane is high damage, you know, lots of DPS, but you're going to run out of mana. That's its benefit and its downfall. It's positive and negative. High DPS, run out of mana fast. Survivability is quite low because you've got no frost slowing them down, things like that. I figured, okay, Frost is going to be lower DPS, high mana efficiency, and high survivability because of all of its frost armor and frost novas and frost. You know, slow. And oh my god, I think I got one killing blow and died 5 times. And did shit DPS. I think I came like 15th or something like that, or 10th, you know, 12th, 10, 12, 15, something like that. Really low. It was just really pathetic. So yeah, I hated Frost at 89. I didn't record a game. To answer your question, if you're thinking it, where's the game? I didn't record one. We lost all of the games, and I dinged 90, and I go, screw it, I'll just do a 99 game. So I don't get to put up an 89 game, for all those wondering. I just totally forgot about it. I was just leveling so fast, I totally forgot. So in this video I'm 92. In the next dungeon video straight after this one I'm 94, but I'm currently 95. I'm estimating it'll take about another possibly 3 days, at maximum 4 days, to get to 110, with a grand total time of from when I started to when I finish of about 8 to 9 days. So that's not too bad for a brand new class. Now, about 8 days to level up from 1 to 110. And doing all these videos that I've been doing, which, you know, if you think about it, uses up quite a lot of time. It's, you know, I've got to do the dungeons, record it, edit it, narrate it, upload it. So there's probably about 24 hours easily in lost time just uploading all these videos. So, you know, I could have easily shaved off a day there and got it to 7 days. So, but, you know, I want to do the videos. That's what my channel is all about, and you guys requested it, and I think you appreciate it, so it was well worth it. So for all the people wondering and asking, both in the comment sections and in-game, I actually get quite a few people asking me in-game, yes, I will try every spec at 110. Fire, Arcane, Frost, I'll try them all. But obviously I'm going to choose one and, you know, that's my main spec. And right now I'm pretty confident it's going to be Arcane. Now, people say Fire, you know, well, I think it's fair to say Frost is sort of like the low-level skill spec of Mage. If you have low-level skill, play Frost. It's fairly easy going, lots of slows, lots of survivability. If you think you've got some skill and can handle it, go to Arcane, and if you really have some skill, go to Fire. It's the highest level skill spec in Mage. You know, it takes a lot of ducking and dodging and weaving and pressing all the buttons at the right time and doing everything. Now, I don't believe I have what it takes to play Fire at its best, but I'm obviously going to try it. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to give it a go. I'll give each spec a go, give you some quick feedback on what I think, and then level it up a bit more and then see which one's the one for me. But I'm pretty confident Arcane's for me. I really like Arcane so far. I really like its high damage capability. I just got to master its mana usage, that's all. So as you can see, I barely beat the Hunter and Rogue. You know, they were fairly close behind me the whole way. But like I said, there was lots of singular fights in this and not as much clustering as I'm used to. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.